Well, the cars are gonna get annoying at some point. But I'll try to cut as much as that out as I possibly can. Hello guys, it's Amanda and welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another video. Today's video I will be doing a good old book haul, so get cozy and let's get right into it. Obviously I'm outside so you can hear the world and cars sometimes. But it is great. It is a nice summer day. It is actually midsummer as I am filming this, which makes me feel so happy and so happy to be alive right now. So today I have quite a lot of books to talk to you guys about, so we're gonna keep this hopefully short and sweet because I'm already hot and I'm already sweating and I have a hot drink with me outside. Yes. As I said, get cozy and let's talk about some books. I have 23 books to talk to you guys about. The first 11 books I'm going to talk about are all secondhand books that I just bought. The library near me was having they have this big sale every year to just recycle their books and sell any that they no longer need or no longer want. So they had a big library sale and it was really cheap. I got all of these 11 books for $20, or all 11. That is one big of a deal. I got a wide range of stuff. Some of them are books I am definitely going to be reading. Some I just got for looks on my shelves. So the first couple, I had to get, you know, just two trashy romance novels. First thing we have here is A Pirate's Love by Joanna Lindsay. I literally just picked it up because it said pirate on it and it's a trashy romance book. So on the back, reading synopses of romance novels is hilarious, so let's try and keep this as straight-faced as possible. Sailing westward towards the Caribbean sun, young Bettina Verlaine is obediently setting out to fulfill a promise made by her father, prearranged marriage, but it is a wedding destined not to be. Abducted by the bold and handsome pirate, the notorious Captain Tristan, the pale-haired beauty finds herself helpless in his arms, testing her captor for enslaving her, yet held by the passionate spell he casts over her. She surrenders her innocence in the warm caress of a tropical winds, finding love's fulfillment in the magic of a pirate's powerful embrace. Tell me that this is not the best book to read in the summer. I think it is. It's the best. So that's the first one. Very excited to read it nonetheless. The next book I got is another cheesy romance. This one is called Lady in Red by Karen Hawkins. And this is the cover. It is such a pretty cover, honestly. Oh, focus. Don't focus on me. Focus on the hot man. There we go. So I think this one is just a Regency romance, which I absolutely love. So this one says, sometimes men can be such fools, sometimes women can be so emotional, and sometimes love can be a complete surprise. Lady in Red. I'm excited. The next book I got is a cozy mystery. I think I'm gonna be reading this for Summerween. So, Vampires, Bones, and Treacle Scones. It is a cozy Halloween mystery, and I am so excited for it. So we have an abandoned mansion is a perfect creepy old haunted house. Liz McCrimson's Scottish Emporium is thrilled to be organizing a Halloween fundraiser. But the abandoned Chadwick Mansion might be too perfect a setting for a creepy old mansion, especially when a very real-looking body with puncture marks on its neck is added to its decorations. Asking who killed the deceased brings up everyone from the undead to real estate agents to horror writers. But Liz had better watch her back because the killer is much closer than she thinks. I need to read this for Summerween. I am going to be making a Summerween vlog. Stay tuned for that. Next book I got just because of the cover, and that is The Betrayal of the Blood Lily. This looks so pretty. Like this, I would just have on my shelf because it looks so pretty. I think this is another mystery, and I honestly don't know anything about it, and I honestly don't really want to know much about it because it just looks pretty, and I know I'm probably really gonna like it, hopefully. I'm very grateful that a lot of these books did come in very good condition, which I'm very happy for. The next book I got just on a whim, and that is Arthur Miller's The Crucible. I've read The Crucible many times, and I absolutely love it. I got this just to have. I don't own a copy of for myself, so I needed to get this. I love this. It is a play about the Salem witch trials, which I'm so in love with, so I can't believe I have this now, and I'm so grateful for it. The next book I got is Auditioning for the Musical Theater by Fred Silver. It is a guide to musical theater, which, as you guys know, that is what I do for my life. I am an actress, I'm a singer, and so this is what I do. One of the country's leading musical audition coaches prepares you to get all the parts you want. I don't know, I just got this because I knew it would be very beneficial for me to read and look at. So when I went to this library sale, I knew I wanted to get a lot more poetry because I've been getting back into poetry and reading poetry, and I feel like, honestly, I feel like the best time to read poetry is in the summer. Just laying on the grass reading a book full of poetry. So I got this, a book of 1,000 poems. This is such a beautiful book, and it has poems from all different poets. Poets such as Robert Browning, Robert Louis Stevenson, William Shakespeare, and Rudyard Kipling, and dozens of more. Such a beautiful book. It is so pretty, and I will just pick this up every so often, read maybe a poem a day or a couple pages a day, which I absolutely love poems and poetry so much, so I'm very glad I got this. The next book I think is my favorite book that I got from the library sale, and that is 3 different books in one, and it is a collection of Jane Austen novels, and this book has Pride and Prejudice, Mansfield Park, and Persuasion. I just started Pride and Prejudice for the first time, so I've been reading this and listening to it on audiobook, and of course I love it because it's Jane Austen and I love all of Jane Austen's work, but this has illustrations and all 3 of the books, and there's illustrations in each, and I absolutely adore it, and it's such a pretty book, and the cover I absolutely adore. And the back, look at the back. I just love this. I want to know how old all of these books are, because like they all look and feel so old, and I want to know. The next book I got is a book that I actually got for my voice teacher, Katrina. You guys have met her before. So this book I got for her, and it is just a really vintage book, and it's the Victor Book of Operas, and it is just a book full of different operas. She has an entire big bookshelf in her studio of all different types of music books, and I knew that she would love this, and this will be a wonderful addition to her collection, so I got her this. Then, speaking of operas, I got this book to have on my music shelf. That is a book of the history of the Metropolitan Opera House. This is an entire history of the Metropolitan Opera by Irving Colden. And I just got this to put on my shelf because, again, I love opera. I've been to the Met before, and it was one of the best experiences of my life, so I wanted this to have that as a little remembrance for that. And then the final book I got from the library sale is another music book. This is Famous Composers and Their Music. This is just a gorgeous book, and it's illustrated. Cannot tell who it's by, so here we go. Here's the title page. So this book is such a gorgeous book, and I wanted it for my music shelf because it is so informative and just has all the different types of beautiful music and composers, and it's just so pretty. So the next stack of books I have here are all new books that I bought from Barnes & Noble in different places in the past, like, I would say maybe 3 months or so. So let's get right into it. First book I just got actually the other day, and I'm currently reading this as we speak. That is Mary Oliver's Devotions. This is an entire collection of Mary Oliver's poetry. I just started reading her poetry, and I absolutely fell in love, and I cannot wait to get every other book that she's written, and this is really, really medicine for the soul, and it's so beautiful, and I read this in the mornings, I read it at night, and it's just, so this Devotions have poems selected from all of her works, and I really love it. I absolutely love it with my whole heart. The next book I got here is The Deep by Alma Katsu. I think I'm saying that correctly. This is a horror novel. This is a horror novel based on the Titanic. Historical fiction, mystery, horror novel. I love the Titanic, and I love and I'm so interested in the Titanic, especially I loved the movie. I loved it. It was one of my favorites, and I want to read more of Titanic stuff. When I found this, I knew I needed it, and it just looks so fun, and I cannot wait to read this. The next book is A Pirate's Life for Tea. This is the second book in the Cozy Fantasy series. The first book is, I think it's called You Can't Spell Treason Without Tea. I think that's the name of the bit, but this is the second book. I don't have the first book. I need to get the first book, but I got the second book because I didn't know. So, it's all about pirates and tea, and there's a love story, and there's dragons, so this is all I need. Next, I have Her Majesty's Royal Coven by Juno Dawson. This is a horror witchy novel. I first found this on booktube a while back. I love witchy stories, and I knew that this is quite a good one. I've heard many good things about this. I don't really know too much about it. I just know that it is a witchy story, and I want to read it so very badly, so. Next, I got House of Hollow by Crystal Sutherland. This story is a horror novel again. It is about three sisters. One of them unfortunately dies, and the story is the two other sisters are trying to figure out what happened to the other sister, so it's a big old mystery, and apparently there's a big plot twist at the end, and people are left blown away. So I'm excited to see what that plot twist is and see if I like it. Next is a book that I literally just finished a couple days ago, and that is Slewfoot by Brom. This is a typical witches versus Puritans story, traditional witchcraft, and we follow our main character Abatha, who basically gets help from the devil slash demon Slewfoot, and we follow their story together. And honestly, I know you're probably gonna think I'm freaking demented, but I thought this was so cute. This was such a cute story, I feel. It's not a cute story, but there was many cute little pieces in it that I absolutely adored, so this 5 out of 5 stars, would highly recommend. Next is another witches book, and that is The Once and Future Witches. This book has been described of witches in the women's rights era suffragette movement, and that's all I need to know. This is honestly a big book, and it's pretty, and it's gorgeous, and I can't wait to read it. Next, I have Sorcery of Thorns by Margaret Rogerson. People have said that this is a Beauty and the Beast, loosely based on Beauty and the Beast. All I know is that it is another book about books, and I love books about books. It's cozy, and it's all about a magical library and a girl trying to figure out her way in the world. And the covers of these books are so pretty, like I can't get over it. The next book I have here is The Magician's Daughter by H.G. Perry. This I know nothing about. The splurb on the back says, a young woman is caught between two worlds in H.G. Perry's spellbinding tale of miracles, magic, and an island that might have been. I love this, and like the cover's pretty. So many pretty covers. The Fairy Bargains of Prospect Hill. Prospect Hill, you can get nearly anything you want from the Fae, if you know how to ask, and if you can pay the price. So this is yet another Fae fairy book, which I've been in the mood for. I have been reading all of the Fae books lately, and I just need more of it, so that's what we're gonna get from this book. And then the last two books I read on a whim, and that is The Never King and The Dark One. It's a dark romance that involves Peter Pan, and you can imagine what happens then after. Those are all of the, what did I say, 22, 23 books? Those are all the books that I have got recently, so that is all of the books I have in this book haul. That is going to be the end of today's video. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you liked my little filming setup here outside. I hope it wasn't too distracting for you. Like I said, I will try to cut out all of the stuff in the background as much as I can. So thank you guys so much for watching. As always, hit the like button, hit subscribe if you have not already, and click the notification bell so you'll be notified every single time that I upload. And if you want to find me anywhere else for any more bookish content, you can find me on Instagram, TikTok, GoodReads, Pinterest, and in between the pages of a book. And as always, remember to be the Captain Jack Sparrow of your story, and may your compass lead you to amazing things. And I shall see you guys in my next video. Bye guys. So, okay. Oh, hello, sir. Maybe I shouldn't have filmed outside. It's too pretty of a day, so I don't care. Anyway, and there's a freaking Go home. Go away, sir. Go away. Okay.